How's it going, everybody? What is up, Impact Nation? This is Jason, wanting to do a real quick video on obviously the hot topic of the day. That would be that Global Force Wrestling has now announced that they are suspending Alberto El Patron indefinitely, or at least the reports that I'm seeing. Which will just mean until everything gets settled and we hear what the investigation has to say about what happened between him and Paige at the Orlando airport. I want to talk about this on two fronts. And the first front is whenever these things first break. Anymore, it's hard to see, especially in the wrestling world, with the dirt sheets. And because they report false things all the time, it's hard to believe what they'll say. Whenever they're not something as personal as this, say it's a storyline, story or a like news story, or this is what the matches are going to be at WrestleMania next year. It's already been booked. We know for a fact, and it's obviously not true. Or when it comes to like, hey, this person's coming to this place, whether it's true or not. You know, that's a lot of speculation, rumors, and then they try to report it as fact, as news. Whenever it's those things, you just kind of laugh it off, or you make fun of the dirt sheets or whatever. It doesn't mean anything. Whenever these type of stories come out, it's a little more serious. So for me, I'm like this in every situation. I want to find out after real investigation, after real news comes out. That's whenever I'll make my judgment. So yesterday, there was a lot of, and I had conversations with several different people on Twitter. And it's hard to have conversations without it. Like, I never want to come off seeming like I'm arguing with anybody. I'm just trying to have a good conversation, a good debate type conversation where, okay, I see your point. Well, here's my point. Okay, this is how you're reacting. Well, this is how I'm reacting. Maybe it might change somebody's mind of, I'm not trying to change the way they think, but just trying to, oh, okay, no, you know what? The way you're seeing it, that makes sense, or something like that. Or, if somebody tells me that, kind of makes me go, you know what, maybe you're right. Okay, you've seen more than I have, or, vice versa. I like those kind of conversations, but sometimes on Twitter, since you only have so much room to type, or if you keep replying to your own reply, and then you just have like this ton of a chain of replies, sometimes it comes off because there's no emotion in it. Sometimes it comes off as like, it could be like I'm arguing with you. And I never want anybody to think that I'm ever on Twitter arguing with them. Especially people that follow me or that follow this channel and watch this show. It's never going to come down to that. Have heated discussion, sure. Have debate, sure. That's what we should be having on many different fronts. But I want to talk about that part of it. And a lot of people just jump into conclusions. Again, like I'm not trying to ever tell anybody what to do. I think it doesn't do anybody any good whenever you jump to conclusions. Just because they came out and said Alberto El Patron, or Jose Rodriguez, it's not the character that's under investigation. It's the guy. It's under investigation for a domestic. I can't remember how they even put it. It's like domestic dispute, violence, verbal violence, or something like that. I think is how they put it, or something. It wasn't just domestic violence. It was like a couple other words that I can't remember how they put it, but and all that stuff. Me personally, I hate, like, one of the worst shows I think that has ever been created on TV was like Entertainment Tonight, and like these tabloid. I can't stand it. I don't care. I don't care who's dating who's getting divorced, who's doing this, who's doing it. I don't care. If it's a legitimate, like, inspirational story that happened to, like, a celebrity and they want to get that story out, great, that's fine. Like, actual news stories are fine. I don't care that Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie are getting divorced or whatever, right? Or they're adopting it. I don't care. And it's set up the society of just gossipers and people that just love to jump jump to conclusions. Sorry, get that out of my mouth. And think that they're right no matter what. And like, we don't know their situation, we don't know who they are. We see their characters on TV, but that's all we know. That's all we know. There's personally, at first I'm like, I don't think so. And even whenever I heard the audio, I hate whenever the people that broke the news also later on breaks the audio. Okay, where's the video? Because they said that there was video. Where's the video? If you have the audio of it, where's the video? Are you not done editing it? Like, I really think a lot of times in media, like, people they see something, they wanna twist it to their narrative in all things, wrestling, other celebrities, politics, sports, anything. I think media likes to twist it to whatever narrative that they want to project. And I heard the audio, and it still didn't quite, persuade me. And the reason why is because it just starts where you just hear yelling, and nothing seemed coherent. After I heard the witness, or read the witness statement or whatever, she said, they were yelling about each other doing coke or whatever. That, if that's true, that could have played into why it didn't seem coherent. But it did. It seemed like they were both yelling at different people. Like, not each other. Like, it didn't seem like they were having a back and forth. It just seemed like they were both kind of yelling. And whenever she had her story, whenever Paige put out her tweet about she heard bad news, which we saw that she put out, another tweet about, everybody please pray for my uncle. That could have been the bad family news this year. She's upset, she's crying. Somebody thinks that Alberto did something to her. So, therefore, they wanted to try to capture this. And have a juicy news story, and then of course she's yelling at that person, leave him alone. I'm just trying to get away with you, or get away from you, all that stuff. Meanwhile, he's also trying to defend her as well, and yelling, yeah, blah blah blah, But then there are a couple other things in there that were odd. But anyway, at that time, it still wasn't quite persuaded. But now just the continuation of different things that have been getting leaked. Again, it's just all news, so I'm still not putting judgment on anybody. But the fact that all this stuff is out there, and the fact that, Global Force and Ed Norholm and Jeff Jarrett want so badly to get rid of this stigma of people being able to crap all over, this product, which was TNA for a while and Impact Wrestling. They're trying to get away from that. They had to do what they did today, and suspend Alberto El Patron. And who knows what they're going to do. I guess we'll find out Thursday night. I mean, there's a big story going on with him. On top of the fact that he is the champion. Like before, say he was portrayed on TV, kind of like how Bobby Lashley was. There was no real ever, just this huge story that TV surrounded him with. Never really. He was able to come, because they kind of use him as an attraction a little bit too, like WWE does Brock. Just not, they don't keep him off TV as long. They might go a week without Bobby on TV, but that would be it. If they were doing that same thing with Alberto, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. You could probably edit him out of TV and run with it. Now, I don't know what you do. I mean, yeah, you suspend him. You probably obviously keep him from the August. If there's no verdict or whatever conclusion at the end of this, by August, yeah, he's probably not at the house shows, right? He won't be doing any media interviews or anything like that, I'm sure, for Global Force. I don't know what they do. But yeah, they did what they had to do. To save face is a good PR move. I just don't know what they do with TV, because that's a big story, man. And not only now are you having to edit out Alberto, you're editing out LAX, and anything else that they had. So there's a lot of people suffering from this. So that part, I don't know if they go all the way through with it and edit out any of Patron's appearances on TV. I just don't know if you do that. Maybe going forward, he stays suspended for a while. I don't know. If they have the money and they could do like an emergency reshoot of certain things, certain backstage things, certain other stuff that could set up possibly a tournament to name a new Impact or Global Force Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. To do that, and then whenever they come back in August for their live show and their other tapings, then they can have that tournament or something. I don't know. Obviously, I hope that these claims are all false and that Jose Rodriguez is innocent. I do hope that none of this comes, because I don't want to know that Paige is going through this type of pain and suffering and abuse. I hope Alberto is a better person than this. I always want the good of people, and it has nothing to do with to save face for Global Force. Screw that. Yeah, obviously we want that all to happen. We're all fans of Global Force, but for them as individuals, for them as people, for Jose and Sarara, them, if they can be good people and have a happy life, I'm for that. And I think anybody else that's looking at this and saying, see, I told you about, I just think that's a bad way to look at people. And, I know there's a lot of Impact and Global Force haters that are kind of sitting there like, man, I hope this is true. Why? Like, your hatred for a wrestling company is that deep that you're going to wish that people are being abused? That's sad. And I've seen a lot of quotes like that on Twitter, man, and that's a sad thing. And man, that's heartbreaking to see, to me, to be honest with you. But regardless of their relationship or who they are as people, I don't know them, so I don't want to be in their business. I just don't care. Not that I care that, I think it's pretty obvious, I care that people are safe and good, healthy relationships. But just as far as me knowing what's going on in their lives, I don't care. I don't want to know. I shouldn't have to know. I'm just a random fan that lives out in the Midwest, and I just don't feel like I should have to know. But, Global Force suspending Alberto El Patron is the right decision. I stand by it. Should he be fired? No. Not yet. I mean, if he's accused of this and is arrested and everything else, and if the findings are found to be correct, yeah, fire him. Obviously. And that sucks, because there's worse than being fired from a wrestling company, and it's the fact that that's a very abusive relationship, and that Jose is that guy, that kind of a guy, and hopefully he gets help after this. People can change, people can get help, and hopefully, if this is all true, and then hopefully he can turn his life around and become a better person, and hopefully Paige can, find some happiness at some point, because for a long time now, especially if this is all true, she's been having some rough years, and if anybody follows Total Divas, if any of that stuff is even somewhat real, it's been up and down, and we all know the actual real life fact stuff is she's gotten injured. She's having troubles with the WWE office, whether it's because they don't believe her that she's hurt, or they've given her trouble about dating El Patron, and now obviously marrying him, and everything else. I don't know, but obviously she's been going through several rough situations. Her stuff being leaked, a bunch of bad stuff. So hopefully things can turn around for her. She seems to be a very kind-hearted person, maybe troubled, and that's sucks. So hopefully things can turn around for her, and she can find some real happiness in her life, and things can start going good for her, because she seems like a person that definitely deserves a lot of good success, and she deserves it. So hopefully she gets that. Same thing with Alberto. I hope none of this becomes true, because I'd hate to see that that's somebody that I've been a fan of, especially here in Impact. I mean, in WWE, it's kind of up in the air. I was kind of whatever. Since he's been in Impact, I think he's, like, at least for wrestling, his passion's been renewed. I think he's been killing it. So hopefully, this all is just way out, overblown, like a lot of things in media now are. And we can get back to just enjoying professional wrestling. But like I said, I just want to get on here real quick, have a quick video, give my quick thoughts. Yeah, so look out for my review show on Friday. It'll come out sometime Friday afternoon, Friday evening. I'm looking forward to this show now on two fronts. One, I was always looking forward to it because it seemed like a really good show too. Now I'm kind of curious to see how with this show, how they take action with this Alberto thing. Also, on that show on Friday, after the review is over, you guys will hear my thoughts on the whole Dixie Carter being on the WWE Network for that special with Kurt. The fan hypocritical reaction to it, and just overall the hypocritical thoughts on not all WWE fans, because I know there's a lot of Impact fans that are WWE fans, but the WWE fans that absolutely only watch WWE, or at least hate Impact. Give my thoughts on all that, what I think it all means, But I will give those thoughts after my review Friday. So tune into this channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, because if you do, then you'll be notified whenever that video comes out on Friday. Leave comments down below. Hit me up on Twitter at Anthem of Impact. I hope everybody has a good Wednesday night. Peace.